Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah.
We are in Malaga.
That's right. And you can see our cruise ship right behind us and a lovely little port. And we are super lucky because just over those out to sea is the Virgin Brilliant Lady. And it looks like they are having to tender in, and we are docked right here in port.
Yeah, we are close to town. I think we have to meet at the government building or in front of it for our guide, and we're only what,
15-minute walk away, but I think 0.3 miles. So yeah, super close, and one of the reasons we chose Azamara. So stay tuned. We're going to be doing a canyon tour here, and we're going to bring you some of that info. So stay tuned. We had a quick walk over to the government building where we met our tour. It was about a half mile, took about 10 minutes. The bus ride from Malaga took about an hour. The hike is just under 8 kilometers long, or about 5 miles. And most visitors take about 2 to 3 hours to complete the full route. Welcome to the Caminito del Rey, the King's Little Pathway. One of the most breathtaking and once most dangerous hikes in the world. Today we'll journey through the Gaitanes Gorge in southern Spain, exploring not just the jaw-dropping scenery, but also the history, danger, and rebirth of this extraordinary walkway. At its heart lies the gorge. It's a dramatic canyon carved by the river. The walls rise up 700 meters, or about 2,300 feet in some places, and is narrow, barely 10 meters across at others. Was created back in the early 1900s. Workers needed a way to access 2 hydroelectric plants along the river. This construction began in 1901 and was completed back in 1905. So it wasn't built for adventure seekers, it was a service route for maintaining water channels and power lines. King Alfonso XIII himself crossed the walkway in 1921 for the inauguration of a dam. That's how it's got its name, Caminito del Rey, or the Little Pathway of the King. If hiking isn't for you, there is an option to take a train, leaving from Malaga to the nearby train station. If you're lucky, you might even catch sight of some local ibex or mountain goats that live in the canyon. You don't just walk around on boardwalks the whole way. Here you actually get to go through an old service canal to get to the next point. The scenery throughout the entire hike is amazing, but when you come across these sheer rock walls and the depth of the gorge, it is simply awe-inspiring.
It's spectacular.
Over the decades, the path fell into decay. Sections crumbled away, railings disappeared, and what was once a service track became an infamous daredevil route. With sheer drops of more than 300 feet, the deteriorated walkway gained a reputation as the most dangerous hike in the world. Sadly, several fatal accidents in the 1990s and early 2000s cemented that reputation.
Walking sideways.
Recognizing both the danger and the potential, the Andalusian government invested in a massive restoration. Between 2011 and 2015, the Caminito del Rey was completely rebuilt with new wooden boardwalks, steel supports, and safety features. It reopened to the public in 2015, transforming it from the death-defying to world-class tourism. If you'd like to experience it yourself, tickets cost about €10 for general admission or €18 if you want a guided tour. You'll need to book in advance as daily numbers are limited to protect both the visitors and the natural environment. The highlight of the walk is the suspension bridge. This day is super windy, and even with the chin strap, April held onto her helmet as she crossed to make sure it didn't blow off. The wind caused the bridge to sway as we crossed. It was a thrill, but also perfectly safe. Every visitor wears a helmet, and the path is carefully maintained. What once was deadly is now one of Europe's most family-friendly adventure hikes. A couple of things to note. Children under 8 are not allowed, and neither are pets. And as we finished, I was left in awe at the sheer rock face that we were walking alongside. Once we got back to Malaga, we strolled down the tree-lined streets in search for food. Along the way, we happened to pass an old Roman theater and had to get some photos. Our walk was a short one, just under 10 minutes to head to our destination, a famous tapas bar called El Pimpi, where we had some amazing food.
Give it a try when we get some potatoes bravas.
Oh, hey, thanks for making it to the end. We had a super full day.
Yeah, it was a lot to do in one cruise port today in Malaga.
Most definitely. The bus ride there, they did make a stop at a small town just outside of the entrance to the Caminito del Rey. There was an emphasis put on us getting enough bottled water and using the facilities while we were at that rest stop prior.
Yeah, there are bathrooms there, and I don't remember if there was water for purchase there or not.
There might, I don't remember, but there was a huge emphasis on making sure there was a lot of water. It was June, middle of June there. It was a warm day. We were pretty exhausted at the end of that.
And dirty.
And very dirty. So when you go, make sure you do bring enough bottled water and use the restroom prior. There are restrooms there at the beginning, but there's only a couple, and there are quite a lot of people there. So it was recommended by the tour operator that we definitely use the facilities prior to getting there. Our bus had about 40 people on, and they split us up into 2 groups. So there was about 20 people on each tour.
Yeah, and by taking the tour, you got an earpiece, so you could listen to your tour guide throughout the canyon.
Yeah, so you talked about the history of what was built when, how things were done. That was, I think, a definite benefit. It was €8 extra a person, and I think you get a lot more out of that walk.
Yeah, and especially when, we were coming from the cruise ship in Malaga, so, it was the best way for us to get there. But you can definitely do this on your own if you are closer to that area or renting a car or staying for a longer period of time.
Most definitely. Something we didn't show in the video because, quite frankly, we were done. There is a rest stop at the end where they've got a bunch of kind of shacks and some picnic bench tables under a covering selling beer, sangria, snacks. Oh my gosh, it was fantastic.
We both definitely needed a beer to quench our thirst at the end. What we did find out, though, is if you walked up the path a little bit longer, there were beers that were cheaper.
Yeah. So we finished, we had that, and as we walked up the path...
Closer to the parking lot.
Yeah, to get meet our bus who met us at the end, there was one stall, and the beers were half price. They were worth every penny at full price.
Yes.
But it would have been nice to know that. So pro tip, walk about 40 yards further up the path, and you can save about half price on those beers.
Yeah, but the one closer to where you end your walk had picnic tables and shade, and so there's a benefit.
Because you would have had to walk
And it was
back
closer
from
to the
that.
bathrooms.
Most definitely. So, big part is, would you do it again? Was it worth the money, and would you do it again?
Well, it's definitely worth the money. It's not that I wouldn't do it again, but I don't see a reason to do it again. I think once is enough, and we wanted to do it while we were able to do it. You never know next time we're going to be there, and
I could have a bum knee by then. I don't know.
so yes, I thought it was worth it.
And then we went into Malaga. I think next time I would like to spend more time in the town of Malaga, being there around that port. I commented to you multiple times. It reminded me of San Diego. And to me, San Diego is one of the best big cities in America. And I love San Diego. And Malaga reminded me so much of San Diego.
With ancient ruins.
Yeah. It could be better. And then we went to El Pimpi. We just got a little blurb there. Again, we were just kind of done. What'd you think of El Pimpi?
It was great. They had indoor and outdoor seating. The indoor was really nice because it was air conditioned. We just had a little snack, something to share, some potatoes bravas, and I don't remember what the pork thing was called, but it was like a pork loin that was wrapped and then like deep fried.
Yeah, it was like a roulade, and I wanted to
good.
try something new, and I went to go look up their menu, and I couldn't even find what that was. So definitely I'd recommend El Pimpi. Had a great time, and if you go to Spain, make time for Malaga, whether it be the city or the Caminito del Rey. I think you'll love it.
Yeah, I wish we had more time there, but again, it's always time to go back.
Why don't we go back? Thanks for watching. Have a great day.